and we'll do the rest.
Welcome back to Inside Motorsports. It's time for our K-Pasta Driver of the Week. And this week, we're showcasing West Coast Pro Truck driver Mike Young, driver of the number 10 Big Gun Exhaust Ford F-150. And Mike, first of all, welcome to Mesa Marin. First time here this season. Are you excited to be back here at the West Fastest Half Mile?
Corey, it's amazing. You know, it's the best track, the best fans, great people involved. We're overly excited. We got a good truck, and we look to put her up in the front. We'll see what happens tonight.
Now, so far, your season, a little disappointing early on, but you said you guys have got a head of steam coming into Mesa Marin.
Yeah, we had a couple DNFs, which is not a good thing to start the season with, but I think we've got the momentum built up. We got all the problems fixed. At any time, anything can happen with a race car, so you never know what's going to happen. But we seem good today, and the track's really good, and it's liking us, so we're going to do what we can.
Now, you have an interesting racing background. Why don't you tell everybody how you got started in motorsports?
At 5 years old, my dad threw me on the seat of a motorcycle. And I don't know if it was all me wanting to do that, but I remember crying a lot and not really wanting to do it. But my father did that, and it ended up being a career that I'd probably never look back on. I ended up winning many multinational motocross championships in four-stroke racing. I even had a chance to go over and race in Europe on the 500 World Championships, which is the IndyCar of motorcycles. You know, so I'm very, very blessed person, very happy to be where I'm at and happy to still have a heartbeat, so we're going to make the best of it.
Now, talk about how you got into this West Coast Pro Truck ride from motocross, kind of a switch. You're now dealing with 4 wheels instead of 2, but what's it like driving a truck, and how'd you get into this ride?
Yeah, it's a lot different, as you see when you come out and watch. It's not just going around in a big circle. Motocross is a really technical sport. It's very, very demanding. I don't think there's anything as demanding, but this takes more driver and setup. And you know, if you get good at it, you match them both, you win. But if you don't, you don't win. But it's a complete change for me. Sliding a car on the pavement is not something I'm used to doing, but I'm getting used to it and enjoying it.
Now, you talked a little bit about you know, you come into this race, you come into basically every race, and you've got kind of a little more of a challenge. The fact that you're in a wheelchair, but you're here driving. This is how you got into West Coast Pro Trucks, and talk about that extra challenge. But how much fun is that for you?
No problem. It's pretty exciting. Everybody gets all bummed and down when they see wheelchair people. I'll tell you what, you know, you got to make the best of whatever situation you're put in. Unfortunately, I had a tragic accident in '97 after I won my national title, the last one. And just a little miscalculation, crashed on a jump and broke my back around the belly button level. And came out to Irwindale and Mesa Marin a few times and watched both these truck classes run. And I was really excited about the West Coast Pro Trucks because they're a very cost-effective vehicle. You can actually go racing and afford to do it. And the other thing is it's very, very competitive. You're talking the top 10 trucks within tenths of a second of each other. So it's a good challenging series. I like challenge, and so I'm in it for that reason.
Now, some people are probably scratching their heads going, well, how does somebody in a wheelchair drive a race car? Put us through the steps and kind of special features you have on this Big Gun Exhaust Ford to get you through the race.
No problem, Corey. What I've got is I've got a basic left side hand control. If anyone's familiar with hand controls, it's a left side control bar, and as you push the bar down, it accelerates the vehicle. As you let off, it brings it back. For the brakes, you push it forward. So you kind of can figure it out. I got a lot of handwork going on during the race, and it sometimes gets to be too much, but you know, you just got to rise to it. But yeah, it's a little more challenging. A lot of people in wheelchairs have this type of a system. It depends if it's a left or a right system. I'm more comfortable on my left side, so I've chosen to go that route. It's something around $500 for a system, and very simple install, and you're out racing.
I talked about the competitiveness of this series, and you know, I was here earlier, and you're just hanging out in the shade, people walking by, talking trash to them. You know, I mean, how fun is this series, and how tight are all these guys in this series?
The guys are great. I mean, the guys have accepted me quite well, and we haven't had any problems with the guys. They're actually really cool. They don't give me any slack, and you know, I don't expect them to. I'm out there to race just like they are, but they're all a good bunch of people, and it's like your second family. Every single guy out there I like, and every single guy out there wish the best and safety for them, and I hope they wish the best for me too. But I like to beat them because it's kind of nice when the one-handed guy goes out there and beats them at their best thing, so we enjoy that.
How much work is there in this? You know, we know a lot of work's going to certain race cars, but a truck, how hard do you guys work on this every week down in Rancho Cucamonga?
Well, at my office, or Big Gun Exhaust, is where I make motorcycle and HV exhaust pipes. We have a little setup set up for the race car, and we're kind of going through some changes right now, but we spend a couple days a week on the truck if it didn't hit the wall or anything tragic happened to it. And I mean, a couple full days. Like yesterday, we're out here running the track, and it was a full day, and we didn't end up with the result we needed. So today we're kind of just winging it, and it seems to be a lot better. So.
Now, early on in the season, you guys had a couple races under your belt, but you're coming back to Mesa Marin in just 2 weeks. How big is that to have 2 races here at the West Fastest Half Mile in the span of 1 month?
I love it. The fact that I love this track so much, it excites me just to be on it. It's a driver's track. It's a lot more technical than most of the tracks. You got to be a lot smarter driver. It's one of those things. I get excited to drive here. It's a beautiful drive. It's a 2.5-hour drive, but I'll tell you what, it's more worthwhile than anything. So we're enjoying it.
All right, Michael, thanks for being our driver of the week. When you come back in a couple weeks, you got some free dinner from K-Pasa, as well as a couple Inside Motorsports shirts and hats courtesy of Canyon Enterprises. So enjoy those, and good luck here at Mesa Marin.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
And let's see how the West Coast Pro on the West Fastest Half Mile.
The West Coast Pro Trucks make their debut at Mesa Marin Raceway on May the 8th. Jumping out to an early lead in the 50-lap main event was the number 10 truck of Mike Young, the Big Gun Exhaust System sponsored machine. But Aaron Stottinger was on his tail all night long. 50-lap main event, plenty of laps for these guys. More of a sprint, and there's the pass for the lead for Aaron Stottinger in the Pick Your Part 72 Chevrolet. There's lap number 13. He didn't look back from there, and he held the lead till the drop of the checkered flag. Aaron Stottinger winning the debut of the West Coast Pro Trucks at Mesa Marin Raceway.
Well, a great job. You told me before the race started, you pretty much threw a setup at this truck that you never ran here before. Obviously, it paid off.
Yes, sir. A first place opening night, a second race this season, and a win again tonight. It doesn't get any better than this.
Great job in the current asphalt 50-lapper for the West Coast Pro Series. Your winner, Aaron Stottinger, ladies and gentlemen.
Coming up on Inside Motorsports, Steve Hughes will be along to look into the West Coast Pro Truck Series and NASCAR Late Model